Hi everyone, you're watching Good for the Game TV. It's time for another episode of GG Gaming Gone Mad. Apologies first up that we had to cancel last week's show a couple of hours beforehand, but yeah, in Johannesburg and in Rampart Ridge in particular, I was hit with heavy load shedding. I think we had something like 12 hours power over about 4 or 5 days. It was absolutely crazy. But touchwood, things seem to be back to some sort of normality. And it's also good to welcome Gary Lentin back to the show. How are you, Gary?
Yeah, all good, Brent. Very nice. Thank you. No complaints. How you been keeping?
No, keeping well, thanks, man. I was writing my Citizen article this morning, Gary, and I was saying, because I love my rugby punting, as you know, and there is Northern Hemisphere rugby, and there's nothing wrong with the Champions Cup and all the rest of it. But it's this time of year I take a bit of a break from the rugby punting, and I've been betting on the sevens, which I suppose is rugby as well, and even boxing on the weekend, and it's quite nice to sort of mix it up a little bit in December.
No, absolutely. Did you bet on the fight that took place at Empress Palace, Brent?
I did, eh? I did. I backed them. I actually had a pretty good day. I backed The Rock to beat Tommy Oosthuizen on points.
Well done.
I backed got Tulani at a decent price early in the week. I did have one big bet on a 9-20 shot. Guy called Groth, and he walked into a punch early in the fight. He lasted 42 seconds. And he was knocked out. So
I want to tell you something interesting here, Brent. You know that we're going to be betting on all the UFC that comes from America.
You're right.
Right. And I mean, you've seen they've been advertising it on DSTV that they're really going to have a full go at it next year. You know what I'm saying? From January. And I believe it's going to be one of the most popular things on TV. And we have something there that if your fighter gets beaten in the first minute, we give you your money back. It's a promo that's, I think, actually on our site now. It's going to be up soon, so you would have been covered there at least. Yeah,
that's a good one. And I can tell you it's going to be very popular because even now I've started to get into it just in terms of because so many other guys are interested in it, even though it's actually quite hard to see the coverage in that. So with SuperSport getting it, it's going to be absolutely huge. And as I say, I really got into the boxing and I enjoyed that. And something else that's coming up, and we don't normally do the show on a Tuesday night, but we've got Champions League football. In fact, we've got a big game later on, Gary, Barcelona up against Spurs, and it's particularly big for Spurs because Barcelona have secured their spot at the top of the log.
Yeah,
so Spurs have to. You basically think they have to win if they're going to qualify.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're not going to get any favors from Barcelona. Let's be perfectly honest, Brent. They may rest somebody, I don't know, but I don't even think they're going to do that. They're going to go out there and look to win. They play in front of a huge, passionate crowd. I wouldn't be pulled into thinking that Spurs are valued because they have to win. You know what I'm saying? People fall into that trap, punters, too often, in my opinion, Brent. This team has to win, so they're going to win. Well, I had to lose 60 kilograms, but I haven't, right? So not everything that you have to do you do, right? And I mean, that's the thing with this. I'll be honest, I don't like Spurs at all.
Yes. Now, I'm also worried. I mean, a Barcelona side, yes, they've already finished top in that, but they're not going to go out there and put in a shocking performance or anything. No. And you can see it in the betting. I mean, Barcelona, you're getting odds against on them to win at home. I mean, if this was in a knockout match or earlier in the season, you certainly wouldn't be getting odds against on Barcelona.
No, that's true. But I still like Barcelona. I think there's big value there. I must be honest, I like Liverpool as well a lot tonight.
Liverpool, okay. Well, we'll run through the fixtures now, but just to mention to the guys on the live chat, I see the guys having a bit of a talk there at the moment. Our competition tonight for the live chat is going to be predict the time of the first goal in the Barcelona-Spurs game. I've picked a bet on tomorrow night in the Real Madrid game. If that bet gets beat, then the three closest will win a £1,000 voucher, although there must be within 5 minutes either side of predicting a goal. However, if there are no winners, we will at least give away one 500 voucher there.
Definitely.
And Gary, you would expect they're going to be goals because Spurs really have to push forward. And I mean, that's going to leave them exposed at the back to Barcelona.
I think it's going to be 4-2, 4-1 to Barcelona. That's my tip.
Right.
That's an absolute certainty, Brent.
I was on your site just before we started. I saw 9-4 Spurs. You're more than happy to lay the 9-4 Spurs all day.
I've got no problem with that, No problem. I mean, I've seen Spurs make so many mistakes in this competition so far. Look, they punished us last week. Let's give them credit. They were our boost bet for the weekend, and people weren't shy to lump on there against Leicester. You know what I mean? They took care of business quite efficiently, I thought. I thought they were not bad at all. So we did our money there. No complaints about that. But, yeah, I think that this might just be a bridge too far for them. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't wish them any harm or anything, but I just think that they're going to be outclassed.
Right, and let's just have a look at some of the other fixtures on tonight's games. You've got obviously the Barcelona Spurs. You say you fancy Liverpool. They're up against Napoli, who are top of that group. Liverpool basically have to have a victory as well. And they've obviously just hit the top of the English Premier League table. Do you see them beating Napoli comfortably?
Brent, I think that, yeah, I do. I really do. I think they lost to Napoli 1-0 in the away fixture. But I just think Liverpool are really playing nasty. And I think that, I think 6.5 to 10, that level, you're getting some decent. I'm never going to say value at a 6 to 10 shot in a football match. You know? But I think that you're going to show a profit tomorrow. That's the truth.
And then some big games in tomorrow night. Okay, so just quickly to cover my game that I'm focusing on for my best bet. It's probably not one of the bigger games, but it's Real Madrid against Moscow. And Madrid, their defense has been quite tight at home. I'm going for Real Madrid, Gary, to keep a clean sheet at just over even money.
Well, they need to keep clean sheets. Even this weekend, they played the blind school and managed to hold on for a 1-0 win only, Brent? So they are relying on that. I mean, obviously, you can't go lose people like Ronaldo and expect the goals to flow like they did last year. But, yeah, I like that. I think that they will keep a clean sheet. You want to have a quick thing there? I've got salt cellars, right?
You're right.
Dinner just now. I'll tell you what I'll do. They're dogs. If anybody can guess a person, anybody guess what make dogs they are, in the next minute, I'll give them a 500 Rand free voucher to the first guy. I'll give 1,000 to the first guy, 500 to the second guy.
Right, they got to guess what type of dogs. And I'm not going to fall into the trap of mentioning the dogs and say no this time, because I see you this time you haven't even told me what the answer is.
No, I just saw them now. And I'm saying I didn't even know that I had them. I was worried that my wife lifted them today from a restaurant across the road or something, you know. But, no, they're pretty cute, I'll be honest with you.
Right, well, let's have a look at some of the guys that we've already got. Someone said Scots. I don't know if that's a Scotty Terrier. That's Peter Paul. But we'll have a look at the answers as they come in. So that's some great prizes. And we've got a minute there. So it's 8:37 on the clock for me, Gary. So when it goes, say, 8:39, we'll stop it.
Okay, that's absolutely perfect, you know.
Okay, guys.
So, yeah, and then, so the soccer, I mean, I like the Champions League. Yeah, I mean, we all miss the rugby, Brent, but, you know, when they close down for the year. But we're all starting to look forward already to what's going to happen in Super Rugby, you know what I'm saying? And, I mean, there's some really interesting things coming about there. Little things like, I mean, are the Bulls going to be contenders this season? I know we're digressing from where we were, you know? But that Bulls side got a few players all of a sudden. And, you know, all that has to happen is Willie LaRue has to give Japan a miss and come to Pretoria rather. Then all of a sudden, they got a hell of a side. Decent scrum half, great, you know what I mean? Good, decent centers, great fly half, nice wings. Now Willie LaRue in there. Two of the best locks in a country that's blessed with locks, you know what I'm saying? Brent, good front row, you know what I mean? For Mullen there, so they got a great 8th man as well, you know? So all that stuff sort of takes up our mind, and we don't have to focus too much on hockey and netball, you know what I'm saying? So, not that I've got anything against hockey and netball. Actually, I do. They shouldn't even allow hockey and netball. But anyway, I mean, the truth is we do start these chats and start to think about it now and work out who we think is going to lead the conferences and everything. And, yeah, I was disappointed yesterday to see that in rugby, that in South Africa, only 2 test matches from the championship, Brent. We're at home. We got a home test against Argentina and a home test against the Wallabies, so we don't see the All Blacks here next year, which is a bit disappointing. But I suppose we've got compensation in the World Cup.
Yeah, big compensation.
Yep. So Scotty was the one guest. Anything else coming there, Brent?
Yeah, let's have a look what else we've got here, Gary. Scotty, a bulldog, a chihuahua, a German shepherd, a sausage dog or Dachshund.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the guesses we've got so far.
Okay, so we'll give it another 15 seconds, Brent. And I'll be honest with you that now that we've only got 10 seconds left, somebody has got it right.
Somebody has got it right.
It's one of those dogs.
So okay, that's impressive. So one of them's got it right.
Yeah. So should we cut it off now?
Yeah, let's cut it off. I think we can cut it off. We got someone else came in with bulldog right at the end.
So who said Chihuahua?
Chihuahua is Ruan Fari. Who else?
Stiff. It's a bulldog. That second, get it there. I'll give it to both of them. 2 bulldogs, quite cute, these oaks, you know what I mean?
Oh,
you know?
very cute.
I'll tell you what, I actually bought these, funny enough, jokes aside. I didn't know that we had them, you know. I bought them from a restaurant in London called the Chiltern Firehouse, which I promise you now, the story about that place, and it has got a sports connotation, that's why I'll get there.
Yes.
I used to do about £1,500 a week in turnover, right? They were a fire station in London, right? There's a hotel connected there, it was a decent restaurant that battled along to make a living. And one day Beckham went there with his entire family and he was spotted there. And since then, and it was about 6 years ago, you can't get in. Just because David and Victoria Beckham went and had breakfast there.
So it absolutely made it for them, eh?
That's it. I mean, that's all you need in life. You know what I mean? In the UK anyway, you know, they went there literally. They went from a battling restaurant to booked out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right. Well, let me give you the two winners there, because right on the wire, we had our second Bulldogs selection there. Brad Chisholm, he was second, and Emil Korf was first. He was the first to say Bulldog. So those are the two winners. They can pop me an email after the show, brent@goodforthegame.co.za, and I'll put them in touch with Kerry to claim their prize.
Right, perfect, excellent. You know, excellent. Right, get back to
back to the soccer. There's a few other interesting games tomorrow night, Gary, and let's talk about the other promo we're going to have. It's one where the guys have got to pull something out the bag to win the big voucher, but we've seen it happen before in the rugby. We're going to have a 25,000 voucher up for grabs, and you've got to predict the correct score in 3 games. And I'll run through those 3 games at the end. But one of them is Valencia against Manchester United. What do you make of that one?
I think that United, I read an article today, so this isn't my own prediction. I did read an article about this, where the guy says that United's thoughts are already on Liverpool on the weekend. Right?
They're really focusing on that.
And he's got it from a really good source that Man United are going to rest most of their team tomorrow night, which if that is the case, Valencia will beat them. You know what I mean? Not as though United's first side go and blow everybody away every week. You know what I'm saying? Let's be perfectly honest. You know, what is their second side going to do? You know, so if my information's correct, I would say Valencia in a low-scoring game.
Right, and I mean, I suppose Valencia, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to come third in that particular group as well. So yeah, perhaps not that much on it, and you're probably right. Valencia, maybe they are 15-10. If there's a little red arrow on a little red triangle on your side, does that mean the money's coming for them, Gary? They're shortening.
Suddenly broken down. No, I haven't seen. I don't know. I'm going to have a look now. I'm not sure if I know what.
Okay, no, it's just where you got the odds in the bottom corner. It's either red or in the top corner it's green. I think the red means the price is shortening.
Yes, it's shortened. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I understand.
Price is shortened there. So we'll go through there from memory, and I'll rather pull up the side at the end to be sure. But from memory, the 3 games are Ajax against Bayern, Valencia against Manchester United, and Manchester City against Hoffenheim. And just touching on City, Gary, a big result on the weekend, them losing to Chelsea, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And, justify. I think the better side perhaps in the end won it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They didn't bring enough to the table. I didn't think City. You know what I mean? And I don't know, some complacency slipped in. You know what I mean? Everybody was starting to say that Chelsea had lost momentum and were on the skids and everything. But they put in a decent performance, and they were full value for their 3 points. And things have got to come right at City now. You know what I'm saying? I think City will win the league. I really do. I think that 2 best sides are coming first and second. And I think at the end of the year, the quality of their squad, and to me, I believe there's a big difference between Guardiola and Klopp. I really, really believe that. And I think that when things get tough, Guardiola will have a little bit more class and a bigger squad. And I think that they'll still get it home. But it's not a race over like it was last year, Brent.
No, it's certainly not. I mean, credit to Liverpool. I was watching them a couple of weeks ago against Everton, where it looked for all money like Everton were going to get the 0-0 draw. And Liverpool, they got a bit lucky there at the end, but they found a way to win the game. And that's what winning the championship's all about. But I do tend to agree with you. I think Liverpool thereabouts, but City probably going to have too much in the end.
I just want to ask you a question. You watched the game there. I mean, anybody else can also comment. If the Everton goalkeeper hadn't got his hand to it, do they think it would have gone in or would have gone over the bar anyway? I'm pretty sure that it would have gone over the bar anyway. That it took talent for them to score from that.
Yeah, no, I'm convinced as well. I don't think there was any need for him to necessarily get a hand on. And certainly it's pretty unfortunate for him that he pushed it where he did, really, and didn't just push it out of play as you normally would in that situation. But, I mean, an absolute miskick from Virgil van Dijk. I mean, that definitely wasn't planned. He was actually turning away in disgust after he kicked.
Exactly. And, I mean, the truth is, yes, they were, like you say, that game they were really poor. Because for the last 15 minutes, you would have expected them at home to dominate, and they didn't. Everton actually dominated for the last 15 minutes, there's some interesting stuff happening in the soccer, you know what I mean? But like I said, I think at the end of the day, City will win the league, Liverpool run second, and that's. And I think
Jason makes an interesting comment. He says it was definitely going over the bar. He actually wasn't trying to stop it going in the goal. He was trying to stop it from going out for a corner. Do you think that could be the case?
I don't know. Who did it hit? I thought it came straight off Van Dijk.
It came off Van Dijk, yeah. So I don't think it would have been going out for a corner. Hey, no, I don't think so. I think it was Van Dijk onto the post.
On my opinion is you're showboating the keeper. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? instead of just taking precautions and being there. But anyway, that's just my opinion, you know.
Chris Sturdy saying he thinks that it would have gone over, but don't knock the goalkeeper because he's an ex-Sunderland goalkeeper, and Chris is a massive Sunderland fan.
And if he keeps making saves like that, he'll be an ex-England goalkeeper as well soon. You know?
you can actually go back and play for Sunderland again.
Exactly. We played a lot of Sunderland tonight, Brent. I mean, I forget who they're playing, but they were short. They were like 5 or 6 to 10. Who they playing? He'll remember.
Chris will tell us because he's massive. He's actually been making money on Sunderland going over 1.5 goals. Chris, come on, man. Who are Sunderland playing tonight? He'll let us know.
Okay, good stuff there.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's I think. I mean, that's the most you and I have ever spoken about soccer in an entire.
Yeah.
season.
No. We unbelievable. It's Walsall. They're playing Walsall tonight.
I thought that was a car, but okay.
I was going to say I haven't heard of that name for a long time. But Gary, the other, I mean, we're getting to that stage of the year where you pretty much have to focus on cricket and soccer if you're a punter. But there is the final golf tournament of the year taking place. That's taking place at Leopards Creek. It didn't take place last year because they made some changes to the course. Now, before the show, I tried to twist your arm to give us a price boost on Charles Schwartzel, but you were saying, no. You fancy him too. I mean, he's got an incredible record at Leopard Creek, hasn't he?
He's got such a good record there, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely brilliant. So, no, I think that even the 71 Schwartzel's too big a price. You know, I think they got, to be honest with you, I think they got the wrong favourites. You know what I mean? All credit to Louis. It was a hell of a performance last week. You know what I mean? He dominated, brilliant, you know what I'm saying? And he never looked like getting beaten there. And Schwartzel was a little bit here and there, not where he should have been all the time. But having said that, he's going back to Schwartzel's course that he loved. And it's a course where Louis in particular has done poorly, Brent. I don't think he's got too many top 20 finishes there, let alone any finishes, you know what I mean, like right up there. So, yeah, I like Schwartzel, and I just, you know, I tell you what, I've never backed in my life, but I think that Stone started to show a little bit of a comeback last week, a little bit of return to form, you know what I'm saying, Brent?
Yeah, and he's won here before as well, hey?
Correct. And then, you know, if you want to go for like a top 10er where you're going to get 3-1 the top 10 on some side, Burmaster. You know, I think that, you know, he's a big bomber, and I think that that's what it will take. I'm going to take my chances and lay Louis. I'll be honest with you, you know.
Yeah.
Take chances, and I might even, you know what I mean, I might even take my chances, and if guys are desperate and they want 11 to 10 Louis to run in the first 5, they're welcome to send you an email or Kerry, and I'll help them out with that, you know. But I think they'll be throwing away their money. I really think that Louis, you know what I mean?
Yes. I guess the one thing that does make this a little bit interesting is the fact that they have made changes to the course, I believe, to try and toughen it up. But you'd think the character of the course is going to be much the same. I mean, you wouldn't think that, I mean, a guy like Schwartzel, I think he's won 3 of the last 7 years and come runner-up and the other 2. And, you know, I mean, it's you wouldn't think that he's suddenly not going to enjoy the course.
No, exactly. And he's there where he's comfortable. He's got his mates there. He's got his, you know what I'm saying? He gets on. He doesn't feel the pressure of being guests of the owner and everything. You know what I'm saying? And that counts for a lot there. You know what I'm saying? He's got nothing to prove. I think he's going to be so hard to beat. I really do, you know? Yeah,
he certainly is. And I just want to pop back to your site there just to get a price because I was on there now. So just having a quick look at that. You got 9 to 2 Oosthuizen and 7 to 1 Schwartzel. Yeah, so I agree with you. I think
one last, Brent. I promise you when I get in the morning, I'm going to shorten him to 6 to 1. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I think that if you get on there, on the site in the next sort of hour or 2, you'll probably see 11 to 2 the pair of them, you know.
Right. Bring them up as joint favourites. Yeah, that makes sense as well. Well, looking forward to watching a bit of golf this weekend. I must say, probably the different time of the show. We're missing the old Oracle. I can't believe he's not on here. He's going to be kicking himself. He missed out.
Maybe on Thursday night and he just fell asleep down when he, you know, after waiting up for 3 days, you're so excited, you know.
That's it.
So you say this is our 13th week or 14th. I'm not sure. I've lost count, you know.
Yes.
So that I've enjoyed every one of them, Brent. And I mean, I hope that the guys have enjoyed it as well and they've got some value out of it. We've certainly opened up a few new accounts, and I'll just go a little bit further. One of the guys that came to us, I think, through the site. If not, he was certainly referred to by somebody on the site, right? And you know what I mean? He came to me and he got a job today, actually. You know what I'm saying? Working for us. He starts on the 8th of January, which we're both excited about, you know. So, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Good things are coming from the show. And I mean, next year I think we'll be even more aggressive and structured in what we give away every single week. But one thing's for sure, you know what I'm saying? we intend to continue giving away prizes, and we intend to continue to be stupid and mad and lose our minds. You know what I'm saying, Brent? And it's been great. And I mean, I hope that you get the credit that you deserve. You know what I mean? That you're out there, people, like you said, you wrote an article in the Citizen. You're here talking to a retard in me every week. You know what I'm saying, Brent? And with a smile on your face, and you know what I mean, in great spirits every single week. And I hope that the guys really appreciate what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because you certainly, if you earn 50 times what you earn, you'd still be for the industry, you know. At the end of the day, you are good for the game.
Yeah, thanks very much, man. I really appreciate the comments. I think it's just something that I've always enjoyed, and certainly, you know, you and I discussed a long time ago getting the whole YouTube sort of chat thing going up, and in fact, although we do other shows like the rugby shows and that's really where it stems. I must thank you for that as well, Gary, and really enjoyed it. Looking forward to next year as well. But before we get there, let's run through some of the promos. But even while I'm sharing my screen, Kerry did make contact with me today. She said you are going to be, we don't want to talk too much about them, but there's going to be a bit of a deposit bonus towards the end of the year.
Correct. I think from Christmas to New Year, I've only got 2% left of that here somehow. We're going to give anybody that deposits 2018 Rand, we're going to give them another 2018 Rand just to give them a free bet, you know what I mean, to end the year off. We got great specials on cricket. Get onto the site, they're all there, they're on the carousel, you know what I mean? All these things where if you back a batsman to be a leading run scorer and he gets a duck, you get your money back. All these things that, yeah, I'm not saying that they put the odds in your favor at all, Brent, sorry, but they certainly give you a better chance, and it is fun. And I mean, what could be better if you back the guy to be the leading run scorer and he gets a duck and the money's back in your account the next day? So jump onto the thing. I mean, if there's any reason why you don't want to punt with GG Gaming and you watch the show, if there's anything we do wrong where you think that we can improve, just send me an email. I'll be more than happy to, you know what I mean, liaise with the guys and see what everybody wants, Brent. That's what I'm here for, you know.
Excellent. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. You know, let the punters have their say, and then wherever possible, try to accommodate them. Let's go through the promos now quickly, Gary. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. The guys have already put their predictions in for the time of first goal, and that's the beat the cert. So my bet there, I'm looking at Real Madrid to keep a clean sheet. If we move on to the next one, which let me just actually do it this way. I'm just going to do it this way. The all-rounder. This is an interesting one. We haven't chatted about this one, Gary. If you place 10,000 rands worth of bets on 4 different sporting codes, so in other words, 10,000 on soccer, 10,000 on rugby, 10,000 on tennis, between now and the end of 2018, and you show a loss, you get up to 25% of your net losses back as a free bet.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? You know, we want the rugby guys out there to start spreading their wings and punting on other sports as well. But otherwise, they're going to be too bored at this time of the year. So, yeah, let the all-rounders do that. Practice for the Champion Punter Series that's coming up in February as well, Brent. Get a few ideas there, because there's always bigger prices at golf. There's always bigger prices at the beginning on a horse race, for argument's sake. Although horses won't be in there. But you know what I mean? For this one, have a go. Have a little bit of fun over the Christmas season. And hopefully nobody needs the value, the 25% rebate, and they all win. That would even be better.
Yeah, hopefully they're all winning money. Well, keep an eye on the GG Gaming website, and also good for the game as the end of the year approaches for any other specials, and including this one that will go up there. And let's move on to the next one. I'm calling this one Leopards and Eagles, and I think this is a great offer, Gary. Back-end golfer to win the Alfred Dunhill Championship at Leopard Creek before round 1 starts. And if he makes an eagle over the 4 rounds, you can get 50% of your stake back as a free bet.
Correct. And I mean, the truth be told, most golfers will make an eagle there. I'd be surprised. I would say, if you said to me now, will more than half the field make eagles or not, I would definitely back more than half the field, Brent. I really think that, you know what I mean, you're almost guaranteed to have a chance to get 50% of your money back, you know?
I think so. Certainly if you took like a 7-to-1 Schwartzel or something.
Exactly.
I mean,
there's no chance. I can't say no chance and then I get sued, but it's highly unlikely that Schwartzel won't make a 3 on a par 5 or chip in.
Right, let me just go back to the last one. Sorry, I'm getting all muddled up here. The terms and conditions of guys, of course, we've got them all on the good for the game side as well. Let's have a look, and this is the big one, 25,000 correct score treble. Predict the correct score in Ajax, Man City, and Valencia matches and win 25K worth of free bets. To enter, and sorry, this is a bit small, but you tweet Brent Graham, use hashtag GGGamingGoneMad, put a link to the show, and then you put your predictions for those 3 games. Obviously, competition closes at 10 o'clock tomorrow night when the first game kicks off. If you get all 3, you get a 25,000 Rand voucher. If there's more than 1 winner, we'll split it. And if there are no winners and someone gets 2 correct, they will get a 5,000 voucher. That, of course, also gets split if there's more than one. So Gary, I think some great promos for the guys to get involved in, and nice to talk a bit of soccer for a change with you. It looks like Gary's battery must have gone flat there, either that or the signal's gone down. But anyway, that was pretty good timing because we've reached the end of the show. Guys, thanks very much for the contributions. It's been great having you over the course of this year on GGGaming.bet. We certainly aim to take the show bigger and better next year. We, of course, will be continuing with our shows like our rugby and football shows as much as possible, and just generally seeing what we can do with YouTube. So it's been great having you on. Make sure, if you've got probably a couple of seconds now, to get your prediction in for what minute the first goal is going to be scored in Barcelona v Spurs tonight, and we'll have a look who's the winner there. Well done to Sean Nicholas. He's not live on the show from what I can tell tonight, but he did win the last one. I actually didn't think we had a winner. I didn't bother counting, but he'd actually won the last competition, so he wins a 500 Rand free bet. It was a sum total of goal minutes, and some crazy numbers came up there, and he got close enough to win that. So well done to Sean there. Before you leave, before you sign off, make sure you subscribe to the Good for the Game YouTube channel. You don't want to miss any of our shows going forward, and we look forward to seeing you on the Good for the Game forum and on the Good for the Game website going forward. You can also open an account at GGGaming.bet, and if you're not sure how to do it, just have a look in this top corner when you're watching the recorded show. Thanks, everyone, and see you in the new year.